Hi there, Robert Carradine here to tell you about the Quad City Toy and Comic Con in Moline, Illinois. Bend Expo Center, August 2nd and 3rd. Be there!
Hollywood has lost one of its most beloved actors, and a family has lost their beacon of light. Robert Carradine, the talented actor known for his unforgettable roles in Revenge of the Nerds, The Long Riders, and Lizzie McGuire, has passed away at the age of 71. His family confirmed that Robert took his own life after a nearly two-decade battle with bipolar disorder. Today, we remember not just an actor, but a father, grandfather, brother, uncle, and friend whose light touched everyone around him. This is his story, a celebration of his talent, his struggle, and the beautiful soul he shared with the world. The Carradine family released a statement at Deadline that captured both their grief and their love. It is with profound sadness that we must share that our beloved father, grandfather, uncle, and brother Robert Carradine has passed away. In a world that can feel so dark, Bobby was always a beacon of light to everyone around him. We are bereft of the loss of this beautiful soul and want to acknowledge Bobby's valiant struggle against his nearly two-decade battle with bipolar disorder. The family's words carry a powerful message. They want the world to know about Robert's battle, not to sensationalize it, but to shine a light on mental illness and help break down the stigma that still surrounds it. We hope his journey can shine a light and encourage addressing the stigma that attaches to mental illness, they wrote. Robert's older brother, Keith Carradine, spoke with profound love and respect about his baby brother. We want people to know it, and there is no shame in it, Keith said. It is an illness that got the best of him, and I want to celebrate him for his struggle with it and celebrate his beautiful soul. He was profoundly gifted, and we will miss him every day. We will take solace in how funny he could be, how wise and utterly accepting and tolerant he was. That's who my baby brother was. Robert Carradine was born on March 24th, 1954, into one of Hollywood's most storied acting families. He was the youngest son of legendary actor John Carradine and the brother of actors David Carradine, Keith Carradine, and Disney Imaginer Christopher Carradine. Growing up in such a family could have been intimidating, but Robert carved out his own distinctive path. His big screen debut came in 1972 when he appeared alongside the legendary John Wayne in The Cowboys. It was his brother David who convinced him to audition, telling him he had everything to gain and nothing to lose. That advice would prove prophetic. Robert didn't just enter the film industry. He made his mark immediately. In 1978, he appeared in Hal Ashby's Oscar-winning film Coming Home, alongside Jane Fonda and Jon Voight. His performance was so powerful that critics began speculating he might just be the best actor in the entire Carradine family. He followed that with a role in Martin Scorsese's Mean Streets in 1973, cementing his reputation as a serious dramatic actor. 1980 was a landmark year for Robert. He had two films premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. Samuel Fuller's semi-autobiographical war film, The Big Red One, starring alongside Mark Hamill and Lee Marvin, and Walter Hill's The Long Riders. The Long Riders was special, and not just because it was a great film. Walter Hill had a brilliant concept. Cast real brothers to play real-life outlaw brothers. Robert starred alongside his brothers David and Keith as the younger brothers. James and Stacy Keach played Frank and Jesse James. Randy and Dennis Quaid were the Miller brothers. Christopher and Nicholas Guest played the four brothers. It was a unique moment in cinema history and a rare chance for the Carradine brothers to work together. During the filming, Robert's brother David fell in love with his movie horse, Zetan, and eventually bought him. The horse came to live on Robert's property in the Hollywood Hills. If you drove Mulholland Drive in the 1980s, you might have spotted Robert's daughter, actress Eva Carradine, riding Zetan between their home and Runyon Canyon. It's one of those beautiful Hollywood stories that feels almost mythical. Perhaps Robert's most iconic role came in 1984 with Revenge of the Nerds. As Louis Skolnick, the head nerd with the infectious laugh and unforgettable voice, Robert became embedded in the consciousness of an entire generation. Starring alongside Anthony Edwards, the film became one of the most beloved franchises of the decade. Louis Skolnick wasn't just a character. He was a hero for anyone who ever felt like an outsider. Years later, Robert found a whole new generation of fans as a lovable father in the Disney Channel series Lizzie McGuire. He brought warmth, humor, and authenticity to the role, proving his versatility as an actor and his ability to connect with audiences of all ages. Robert Carradine was more than just an actor. He had deep passions that filled his life with joy and purpose. Music was one of them. Despite having no formal training and never learning to read music, Robert maintained a deep love for playing guitar. He performed countless times with his brothers Keith and David at the Sheridan Opera House in Telluride, Colorado, where Robert and Keith had homes. He also accompanied his childhood hero, folk legend Peter Yarrow, and the legendary ramblin' Jack Elliott. In the late 1980s, Robert and actress Mare Winningham formed a band called the Waybacks, a playful nod to Mare's childhood memories of riding in the way back of her family's station wagon. They often told that story on stage, and it always got a laugh. Robert's other great love was race car driving. It started with go-karts when he was just 11 years old and blossomed into a lifelong passion. In the late 80s and 90s, he raced at the Grand Prix level and was even a driver on Team Lotus with none other than Paul Newman. Robert once said that race car driving was his true love because winning a race meant that no one was better than him. In those moments, behind the wheel, pushing limits, he felt pure freedom. Above all else, Robert Carradine was a devoted father and grandfather. In 1974, he welcomed his daughter, actress Ever Carradine, with Susan Snyder. He raised Ever as a single dad until 1990, when he met Edith Monty. Together, they had 2 more children, Marika and Ian. Robert never missed an opportunity to be present for his family. His niece, actress Martha Plimpton, says he was everyone's favorite uncle, a role he cherished. He was a regular at Little League games and horse shows. He jumped at every chance to babysit his grandchildren, Ever's children, Chaplin and Sam, and Marika's son, Jack. His family remembers him as all heart. He was friends with anyone he met from every corner of his life. He was incapable of holding grudges. He was kind, funny, and loved nothing more than driving his loved ones to or from the airport, a simple gesture that spoke volumes about who he was. For nearly 2 decades, Robert fought a courageous battle against bipolar disorder. It was a struggle that his family wants the world to know about, not to define him by it, but to honor his fight and to help others who face similar battles. Mental illness carries a stigma that prevents too many people from seeking help. The Carradine family's openness about Robert's struggle is an act of love, not just for him, but for everyone fighting their own battles in silence. Bipolar disorder is a serious mental health condition that affects millions of people. It's not a character flaw or a sign of weakness. It's an illness that requires treatment, support, and compassion. Robert fought valiantly for years, and his family wants his journey to encourage others to seek help and to let them know there's no shame in struggling. Robert Carradine is survived by his children Ever, Marika, and Ian, his grandchildren Chaplin, Sam, and Jack, his brothers Keith and Christopher, his nieces and nephews, and countless friends whose lives he touched with his kindness, humor, and light. Keith Carradine said it best: Robert was profoundly gifted, funny, wise, utterly accepting, and tolerant. That's who he was. That's how he should be remembered. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental illness, please reach out. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is available 24 hours a day at 1-800-273-8255. You are not alone. There is no shame in asking for help. There is hope. Today, we celebrate Robert Carradine, not just for the roles he played on screen, but for the love he gave, the light he shared, and the courage he showed in his fight. His legacy will live on through his family, his work, and the lives he touched. Rest in peace, Bobby. You were a beacon of light, and that light will never fade.